Soft, measured, whispered pause. Stone. Silence. Shadows. A question: why do ancient Indian caves show nude art? Was this provocation or devotion? Chisel marks, lotus, idealized bodies, not obscene but sacred instruction. What were these artists teaching us about life, discipline, fertility, and release? What did they see that we forgot? Soft. This wasn't considered inappropriate. In these halls, the body was a symbol, part of philosophy. Beat. Our shock is modern, their meaning was older, quieter. Ellora, a cliff of faiths. Hindu, Buddhist, Jain, carved between the 6th and 10th centuries. Craftsmen hollowed mountains, light fell on living rock. Inside, pillars hold dust and silence. Hands, chisels, devotion, patience. Figures emerge from stone, ideals more than bodies. Tirthankaras, serene, unclothed, detached. Soft. Ascetics and deities teach with posture, not display. You look, then you look again. Shock fades. Beat, meaning remains. Quiet. Nudity here is symbol. Renunciation, awakening. Not trivial, intentional. Teachings carved into light. Here, the body is a divine instrument. Shared, deliberate, human. Not spectacle, devotion. Yoga breath, tantra energy. Bhakti surrender. Art made together. Nudity can mean purity, renunciation. Truth without ornament. Nothing added, nothing hidden. For Shiva and Shakti, union of forces. For Jain sages, restraint teaching formlessness. Symbols do the speaking. Trishula, Damaru, lotus. Attention replaces assumption. Freedom feels ordinary when meaning is shared. Ordinary, mindful, and reverent. Yantra-like patterns guide space and focus. Consent grounds the ritual. Stewards explain choice, touch, and opt-outs. Clear, calm, repeatable. Attention makes the sacred visible in the ordinary. Colors code meaning white for purity, red for energy. Yet consent stays clearest. Green, yes. Yellow, ask. Red, no. Presence over capture, like shrines that ask for quiet, not a lens. Water, shade, breath. Play stays symbolic. Glitter, paint, movement, chosen freely, reversible by design. Checkpoints honor law and place. Bands mark access and care. Respect shows in the small instructions. Photo consent repeats along the path. Ask when unsure. Attention, not assumption. The shift lands as body neutrality. Present, useful, enough. Guided art invites breath and choice. Community spans ages, identities, abilities, belonging designed on purpose, like patterns you learn to read. Rituals of play lower the guard. Laughter, soft eyes, moving together without judgment. In the cue, every stroke is asked for, motifs chosen, lotus, wave, star. Collaboration replaces comparison. The aim isn't perfection, it's agency and care, a lesson made visible. Technique stays skin safe. Wash stations keep choice reversible. Symbolism over spectacle, always. People return for friendship, creative flow, and the calm of being ordinary together, meaning that lingers. Over centuries, tastes shifted. Courts, faith debates, regional codes. What was ordinary became contested. In salons and courts, taste was policy. Patrons set the frame, permission shaped the gaze. Fashion turned into doctrine. Museums captioned, classrooms simplified, nuance thinned to fit the syllabus. Colonial-era morals reframed ancient images as scandal. Context stripped, meaning recast. Pamphlets traveled faster than cave walls, judgment louder than listening. A nod here, a whisper there, certainty hardened. Then curators rebuilt context. Labels lengthened, sources cited, comparisons careful. Modern visitors slow down, guide in hand, audio in ear. Looking turns into listening. Beat. Context matters. Street exteriors fade to cave interiors. Same sun outside, different lens within. Nothing to hide, much to understand. Inside, the images speak ritual, memory, survival, not invitation. Motifs repeat, hands, animals, stars, echoes across eras. Meaning held by place and practice. Little by little, nuance returns. When we read before we react, acceptance becomes ground, feet slow, breath steady, while the past is allowed to be itself. And the caves keep speaking to anyone willing to listen. We misunderstood history, mistaking teaching for tease. In older halls and baths, the body taught posture, breath, belonging. Rituals were lessons. Towels, distance, consent, ordinary, not sensational. Elsewhere, modesty framed the lesson. Law and liturgy shaped the gaze. Read the signs, hear the tone. The code is care, not spectacle. In crowded cities, discretion holds. Spaces change by agreement, not by shoreline. In Japan's baths, nudity means hygiene and humility. Streets keep the veil. Museums follow context and consent. Art on the wall, conduct on the floor. Festivals bridge these worlds, temporary zones of trust. Here the nude is not exposure, it is expression. Truth, detachment, devotion. Step closer, meaning appears when judgment dissolves. Ask, then create. What the caves ask is simple. When symbols strip away, what do you revere? Stone faces hold silence. Breath slows. Attention becomes prayer. Travelers learn to read space, sign, expectation, and to carry that reading home. Stone remembers. We return with softer eyes. These figures aren't breaking rules. They are keeping promises to ideas. The vows are quiet and shared. If history could speak, it would say, look for meaning, not shock. Hands link, breath steadies, paint traces stars, waves, stories worn on skin. From the cave mouth, a gentle circle, a quiet embrace. A bell swings once, its echo returning like seasons. Not spectacle, a homecoming. They arrive as strangers, leave as part of a pattern. Soft light, open sky. We leave the cave, carrying a quieter question home. Belonging. Return, we return.